Alright, alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the channel, and I'm here to talk about the NASCAR Cup Series race last night at the Bristol Dirt. This race blew my expectations out of the water. I wasn't really expecting that good of a race after the truck race the previous night. Last night's race was really good. Yeah, I get there was a lot of spins, crashes, but you're gonna get that at Bristol Dirt. That just is what it is. But outside of all the incidents of spins, crashes, there was some really good racing. Up front, throughout the field, there was really good battles throughout the whole field. My only complaint is with Fox, of course. They missed McDowell spinning twice and doing 360s live twice, which had to catch on replay. It's just, even when the announcers start to show energy and are excited, the production, I guess, team is asleep. That's my only complaint, but other than that, there was some really good racing all the way throughout the field. Even up front, you had multiple contenders: Bale, Larson for a good portion, Bale, Briscoe, Larson, Reddick. Austin Dillon showed really good speed, which he's kind of a dirt guy, because he said, remember he won the first Eldora dirt race? There was a lot of good people that had good runs. There's a lot of people that had good runs in this race. But we're going to go from the first stage. So, stage 1, the first caution comes out, our first multi-car incident, about lap 8 or 10 or somewhere between there. Bubba Wallace loses it, gets loose, and spins out. Byron gets into Logano. Logano spins out, backs it into the barriers, or the barrels. Logano had a really tough night, as we'll get to in a little bit, because he had a really tough night. Gillen was involved, hit the wall, but he came back to have a good top 10 finish, so good bounce back for Todd. Bubba spun out, but all he did was spin out. Byron too, so Byron was still in. Logano was still in the race, but in stage 2 he was out. Matt Crafton spins. He was running top 20, having a good run, and then after that spin, all went downhill for Crafton. Brad Keselowski spins for caution number 3. Matt Crafton was the second caution, number 3 for Keselowski. He had a really tough night. I think he spun out 3 times, so good. Not a good night. Definitely not a good night for Brad Keselowski. At the end of the stage, Josh Berry spins. Denny Hamlin was collected. Had some damage on the front, big damage. So that ended the stage, which was our 4th caution. Larson won the first stage, led all 75 laps. Stage 2, on lap 81, Jonathan Davenport spins, bringing out caution number 5. Yeah, tough night for Davenport. Michael McDowell spins. The caution comes out on lap number 6, the first of his 360 spins. He spun it out, but 360 it, got back in the gas, and kept going. And Fox, of course, missed it live. Of course they did. And then Suarez spins, and for some reason that wasn't a caution. McDowell spun to get another 360. Logano hit the wall, and then Allmendinger hit the wall as well, so we had 2 cars hit the wall and 2 spin out over that portion, which was ugh. Somehow there wasn't a caution there. We get a few laps later, though, pre-spins. It was broken toe link due to contact with Ty Dillon and somebody else, so it broke the toe link, I think, and he spun out, lost it. Number 8, Brad Keselowski spins again. Suarez crashed, McDowell spin, Keselowski spun out a second time. He spins out a 3rd time to bring out caution number 8. Caution number 9 is the stage end, so Tyler Reddick wins stage 2. Larson and Reddick were your stage winners. And stage 3, we get caution number 10. Kyle Larson spins, which was pretty much the downfall. After he lost that track position, was on old tires, spun out there, he was pretty much done for. At that point was Larson. Denny Hamlin spins, no yellow. Spins in front of the field. Some of the yellows were really questionable last night. Like, you'd have cars spin out in front of the field, no yellow, but then just cars spin on pit road, for example, caution. Just NASCAR was really inconsistent with officiating last night. But Kyle Larson crashes after getting turned by Priest earlier in the race. Larson put Priest on the wall, and Priest eventually got his revenge. Larson, he didn't try to wreck him there. It's just the suspension was broken, he had no control at that point. So then he hits Priest in the door, and then he wrecks, he's done. Davenport gets damaged, and he was pretty much done, so it was a really tough night for Davenport, especially Larson after having a really fast car. Just get ruined by Priest, but shouldn't Priest get a penalty? Man, he meant it on the radio he was going to get him back. So, I mean, I don't like Denny Hamlin, but that should be a 25-point penalty, $75K fine. I'm just saying, NASCAR, got to be consistent. And then Ross Chastain spins, no yellow. We keep going. Noah Gragson spins. And so that was your 12th caution, and Matt Crafton was done for the night due to an oil pressure issue. So that's unfortunate for Matt. J.J. Yaley spins. Remember when J.J. Yaley started third in this race? Yeah, me neither. I had hope for J.J. Yaley until it was a Rick Ware, because I would have had more hope for him if it wasn't a Rick Ware car. And then Kyle Busch spins on pit road, running caution number 13. That was a really questionable caution there by NASCAR. Because Kyle Busch spun it on pit road. Like, why is that warrant a caution when you've got people spinning out in front of the field like Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain? Like, people spinning out in front of the field. Like, those really questionable cautions in this race. And then Ryan Blaney spins after the race, or gets spun by Bristol in front of the field, but that doesn't warrant a caution. NASCAR was really inconsistent with the officiating. So we come to the final lap. It's between Bale and Reddick, but Chastain and Berry crash on the backstretch. Some others get involved. Saw some people upset about the caution, but they actually did warrant a caution. I mean, Chastain was stopped in the groove, and somebody would have ran into him. Out of the groove, no pun intended. So Christopher Bale wins. I think he led 99 or 100 laps. I know he probably wasn't the fastest car, but he deserves it. I mean, finally a dirt guy wins. I think he deserves it. I mean, Reddick was probably faster, but it's not a guarantee Reddick was even going to pass him. He could have seen it, but I don't know if it would have worked. He probably would have got to his inside, but Bale probably would have won anyways. But yeah, 13 cautions in this race, but still really good race regardless, despite the 13 yellows. At least in my opinion. Really good race, because there was really good battles up front. Like Kyle Busch and Reddick, Austin Dillon, Larson. Really good battles towards the front of the field. And Bale and Reddick late. I'll give this race a 9 out of 10. This was a really fun race at Bristol Dirt. Really exceeded my expectations. I had low expectations going into this race. I didn't have any expectations at all. But this race was really good. So let's go over your top finishers. Christopher Bale gets the win. Tyler Reddick second. Another strong run for Tyler Reddick. Austin Dillon third really surprised me. I definitely didn't expect him to run top 5. Stenhouse somehow comes out of nowhere for a 4th place finish. Chase Briscoe 5th. Justin Haley, great run for Justin Haley. Mark Truex Jr. 7th. Todd Gilliland 8th. A really good run for Todd Gilliland. He's had some good runs in that 38 this year. Kevin Harvick, despite running like 20s all race, somehow finishes 9th in the top 10. Ty Gibbs is 4 straight top 10, 9th, 9th, and 10th. So he's putting together some good runs. Michael McDowell 11th, despite the 2 360 spins. 11th. Bubba 12th. William Byron 13th. Eric Jones 14th. Harrison Burton 15th. A.J. Allmendinger 16th. Brad Keselowski somehow comes back to finish 17th despite 3 spins. Chris Buescher 18th. Austin Cindric 19th. And J.J. Yaley, despite his late spin, ended up 20th. Ty Dillon 21st. Denny Hamlin 22nd. Ryan Blaney unfortunately ends up 23rd after running the top 5. Got spun out late. And there should have been a caution, but there wasn't. Priest 24th. Suarez 25th. B.J. McLeod 26th. Josh Berry 27th. This kind of sucks because he's running top 5 and in the top 10. Fortunately, he got in a last lap incident. Chastain 28th. Bowman 29th. Had a flat tire after contact with Stenhouse on the restart. LaJoy 30th. Almirola 31st. Kyle Busch 32nd. Noah Gregson 33rd, Matt Crafton 34th, Kyle Larson 35th after having a real strong run before his day in after contact with Priest and then wrecked. Davenport 36th, and Joey Logano rounds the field in 37th, and last place was the first car to be out of this race. But yes, that was a really good race. In my opinion. I mean, I get Bristol Dirt isn't like a real dirt track, I get that. It's not a real dirt track, but I really enjoyed this race. 9 out of 10, really exceeded my expectations. Bristol Dirt kind of slaps, it was really good. Yeah, but Front Row Motorsports, a P8 and a P11, which is really good for that team. 2 cars in the top 11. But it's just my complaint when Fox says there's action all over the track, but yet is there? I don't know. Can we like see some of it? It's just the time these announcers are energetic and are on it, the producer's like sleeping. Like the production by Fox was awful. That's my only complaint. Yeah, this was a pretty good, really good race. So yeah, but that's all I'm saying for this Bristol Dirt. So until next time, Malcolm. Peace.